For twinspires.com, I'm Joe Kristufek, and I'm joined by the champ, Michael Beychok. And Michael, I believe you may be the first former NXT champion to ever set your feet down on Dubai sand.
Well, I don't know what kind of qualification that gives me, but you may be right. I don't know how many people, are in this pool of interest, but yeah, that might be true.
Dubai World Cup this year, needless to say, is just going to be absolutely tremendous. The American influence is better than it's ever been. Stars have won this race in the past. It'll be interesting to see who adds their name to that prestigious list.
Yeah, it's a very deep field. There's a lot of horses that people know. California Chrome is coming back to avenge his defeat last year, which is interesting. It's just a very deep field, and it's just turned into one of the biggest races in the world every year.
Let's start with California Chrome. Very impressive in his prep win, but watching him train this week, hasn't looked all that good. He's got the right style, he's got an outside post. If we see the best of California Chrome, he can certainly win this race.
Well, I've heard that he hasn't trained well, or it doesn't look quite as good as he has, but I think I've heard that before he won the Derby by 3 lengths. So
right.
I may be discounting that a little bit. His prep was nearly perfect. The connections say that he is better than he was last year, and they even quantify it and say he's 5 lengths better, which if he is, they're all probably running for second. So he's certainly, I would say, the horse to beat.
I would agree with you. We haven't had a chance to see Frosted this week because he's training at Marmoon, but we did see him in his prep, and he set the track record fresh. And after that, T. McLaughlin basically said, we're going to give him a little bit more time off and run him fresh again. Frosted could be one of the big players in the handicap division this year.
No doubt. For a horse that, if we're talking about improvement, there's no doubt that Frosted can improve. Horses going from 3 to 4 usually do improve. He certainly looks better, bigger. He's a grown man now and not a 3-year-old. And his prep was more impressive to me than California Chrome's prep.
Very interesting, okay? M. Shawish. He has experience on the night, but on the turf. They turned him from a turf horse into a 1-turn dirt mile horse. Now he's proven that he can win over 9 furlongs on dirt, but can he win over the distance of the Dubai World Cup against this caliber of horse?
Well, he proved the skeptics wrong who said he could only win on turf, Gulfstream, and he, by all accounts, he's training as well as any horse.
Tremendous.
And so he looks fantastic, but he's stepping up in class from the horses he beat last time out.
Opportunity is always right there. Doesn't win probably as often as he should, although he does have a victory this year. What do you think of his chances for Bob Badford?
I think he's going to find the water a little bit too deep here. I think his competition in California may not have been as deep as this. This is a very, very deep race. This would, attract all the attention in the United States as the best handicap race of the year. So,
Keen Ice, blinkers on for the first time, didn't run well in the prep. World-class jockey Ryan Moore suggested to put the blinkers on, and the Romans clan listened to him. What do you think about Keen Ice and his opportunity to make an impact?
I think Keen Ice, as usual, has a puncher's chance. He's going to benefit from what I think is going to be a much faster pace. And I think, anytime there's a fast pace and Keen Ice has the closing kick to win, he can certainly win, and he would be my play at a value perspective because he might be 20 to 1.
You need to watch to see how the races are playing early on in the card, because on Super Saturday it was a freeway. Speed was not coming back. Special Fighter went gate-to-wire on Super Saturday as a long shot. He's back in the World Cup. If the track is the same, he can be dangerous.
And I think that ensures a much faster pace because the other jockeys will pay attention to Special Fighters win on Super Saturday, and they're not going to let the pace be too slow.
Move to His for Mike Lecoq, another horse maybe worth including in your gimmicks. Gun Pit has looked sensational, the Hong Konger, all week in his training. Who are your top 3?
Well, from a value perspective, I guess I'm always looking for who pays the most. I'm going to go with Keen Ice on top, and I'm going to put Frosted second and California Chrome third.
Frosted, M. Shawish, Gun Pit for me, the trifecta in the Dubai World Cup. Michael, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the Dubai experience.
Thank you, Joe.